Today's thought is life is too important to be taken seriously. Good morning students, welcome back. I hope all of you are safe and fit at home, studying well and completing your work on time. This video is for the students of class 8th, subject English. And today in this video we shall cover one topic or chapter of PC Wren's grammar book. This is our chapter number 10. And the name of the chapter is The Infinitive. This is my lecture number 1 of the same chapter. This chapter is taken from PC Wren's grammar book. Students, we shall cover this chapter in one lecture only. So today, in this video, we shall learn the meaning of verbs, infinitive verbs, non-finite verbs, types of infinitives, along with its uses and example. After then, we shall discuss the homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 2 of chapter 5, that is Princess September. So let us see what is the meaning of verb. A verb is a word or a combination of words that indicates an action or a state of being or condition. A verb is the part of a sentence that tells us what the subject performs. Or in simple way, we can say that a verb is a doing word that shows an action, an event or a state. Or simplest way to say that verb is an action. So let us see how many kinds of verbs are there. Number 1, finite verbs. Number 2, non-finite verbs. Number 3, action verbs. Number 4, linking verbs. Number 5, auxiliary verbs. Number 6, modal or modal verbs. So there are total 6 kinds of verbs. So now let's see what is the meaning of finite verbs. Finite verb is a form of a verb that is performed by or refers to a subject. I repeat it again. Finite verb is a form of a verb that is performed by or refers to a subject and uses one of the 12 forms of the tenses and changes according to the number, person of the subject. In simple way, we can say that a finite verb is a verb that has a subject and shows tense. Means finite verbs are changing according to the number or person of the subject. To clarify it, let's see the example. They always find fault with me. So here you can see that find is a finite verb because it agrees with the subject they and it marks the present tense. So let us see what is the meaning of non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs don't work as verbs in the sentence. I repeat it again. Non-finite verbs don't work as verbs in the sentence. Rather, they work as nouns, adjectives, adverbs, etc. Non-finite verbs don't change according to the number or person of the subject because these verbs don't have any direct relation to the subject. Sometimes they become the subject themselves. Therefore, a non-finite verb is never the main verb of the sentence. Even non-finite verbs is sometimes used immediately just after a finite verb. To clarify it, let's see the example. They always try to find fault with me. So here, to find is non-finite verb because it does not agree with the subject. So now let's compare the examples of finite and non-finite verbs to see the differences. Read the sentences carefully and try to find out the differences or difference. Number 1, they always find fault with me. So this is the example of finite verb. Number 2, They always try to find fault with me. This is the example of non-finite verb. See, in sentence 1, the verb find has they as its subject. Hence, the verb find is limited by person and number, or we can say the verb changed according to person and number of the subject. So, we therefore call it a finite verb. It will be noticed that all the verbs in the indicative, subjunctive and imperative modes are finite because they are limited. They are changed by the person and number of their subjects. In sentence 2, to find merely names the action denoted by the verb find and is used without mentioning any subject. It is therefore not limited by person and number as a verb that has a subject and is therefore called a infinitive verb, or we can say non-finite verb or simply the infinitive. Because non-finite verbs, they doesn't agree with the subject, and non-finite verb is sometimes used immediately just after the finite verb, and finite verbs are playing as a role of main verb in the sentences. So let's see how many kinds of non-finite verbs are there. Number 1 is infinitives. Number 2 is gerunds. And the last one, number 3, is participles. So there are total 3 kinds of non-finite verbs: infinitives, gerunds and participles. As this chapter, it is based on the infinitives. So let's see what is the meaning of infinitives. An infinitive is a form of a verb that appears in its basic form. It is preceded by a participle to, or we can say the basic form of a verb that usually follow to is called infinitive, or it can serve as an adjective, an adverb or a noun. It is used to express an opinion, purpose and object or reaction, and questions who, what and why. As I have already explained you, an infinitive is a verb that functions as a noun, adjective or adverb in order to express an opinion, purpose of an action or object, or answer the questions who, what, whom. So let's see how infinitives are used as noun, adjective or adverb. Infinitives as nouns. When an infinitive is used as a subject or direct object in a sentence, it functions as noun. So the meaning of subject is when a person or thing does an action, and the meaning of direct object means a direct object answers the questions of who, whom or what. It receives action of verb. It can be noun or pronoun. To clarify it, let's see an example. To help others is so important. So in this example, you can see that we have the verb is. Who or what is so important? The infinitive to help. So here we get the answer of who or what. In this case, the infinitive to help is the sentence subject. To help is a sentence subject. This means that the infinitive functions as noun in the sentence. So now let's see infinitives as adjective. Infinitive functions as adjectives when they modify or describe nouns in a sentence. Means an adjective is a word that modifies, means adds to or describes a noun. So infinitives functions as adjectives when they modify or describe nouns in a sentence. To clarify it, let's see an example. Joel wants a book to read. So here in this sentence, the verb is wants and the subject is the noun book. We also see the infinitive to read. What is the purpose of to read in the sentence? So we get the answer of what. It describes the book. Joel isn't looking for just any book. He is looking for a book to read. So in this sentence, the infinitive functions as an adjective. Infinitives as verb. Verbs modifies or describes adjectives, verbs or other adverbs. Infinitive functions as adjectives when they are used to give more information about adjectives, adverbs or other verbs in the sentences or in the sentence, or we can say when they give information about adjectives, verbs or other adverbs in the sentence. To clarify it, let's see an example. The students were excited to go on a field trip. So here in the sentence, the infinitive is to go. What is the purpose of to go in this sentence? So here we get the answer of what? The infinitive to go gives us more information about the adjective excited. It tells us what the student were excited about, means going on the field trip. In this case, infinitive functions as an adverb. To clarify it, let's see some examples. To err is human. Err means to make mistake. Number 2, birds love to sing. Number 3, to respect our parents is our duty. Number 4, he refused to obey the orders. Number 5, many men desire to make money quickly. So here in these sentences you can see that the highlighted or underlined words are to infinitive and they all are used as a noun. But in the first sentence it is the object of the verb is. In the second sentence it is the object of the verb love. Means the to infinitive is used as a noun and it is in the first sentence it is the object of the verb is, and in the second sentence to infinitive is the object of the verb love. In the third sentence to infinitive is used as a noun and it is the subject of the verb is, but like a verb it is also takes an object. In the fourth sentence, it is means to infinitive is used as a noun and it is the object of the verb refused, but like a verb it also takes an object. In the fifth sentence also to infinitive is used as a noun and it is the object of the verb desire, but like a verb it also takes an object and it modified it by an adverb. It will be seen that the infinitive is a kind of a noun with certain features of the verb, especially that of taking an object, means when the verb is transitive, and transitive means which carries an object, and adverbial qualifiers. In short, the infinitive is verb noun. The word to is frequently used with the infinitive, but is not an essential part or sign of it. So let's see how many kinds of infinitives are there. Number 1, full or to infinitive. Number 2, bare or zero infinitive. So there are two kinds of infinitive, to infinitive or bare infinitive. So let's see what is the meaning of full infinitive or to infinitive. The infinitive with to is called full infinitive or to infinitive. It is used to explain why an action is done. Means if with the verb to is used, then it is called to infinitive, and with to always first form of the verb is used. So let's see the uses of to or full infinitive verbs with examples. Number 1, it is used to indicate purpose of an action. For example, he bought some flowers to give to his wife. So here to give is to infinitive verb. He called to see my brother. So to see is to infinitive verb, and to infinitive verb means to plus first form of the verb, means base form is used. And here they both are showing the purpose of an action. Number 2. It is used as subject of the sentence or verb. I repeat it again. It is used as subject. Subject means the person or the thing who is doing an action of the sentence or verb. Verb means action. For example, to wait seemed. Seemed is here verb. To wait is here subject. Foolish when discursive means final action was required. To find fault is easy. So here fault is verb and to find is to infinitive verb, and it is playing as a role of subject. Number 3. It is used as direct object of the sentence or transitive verb. So the meaning of transitive verb is if the verb takes object, that is called transitive verb. And the meaning of direct object is the direct object answers the question what or whom, and it is used for thing. For example, I like to write in English. So here to write is to infinitive verb. Second, I don't mean to read. Here to read is to infinitive verb. Number 4. It is used as subject complement. When complement is given to the subject, then to infinitive verb is used. For example, his ambition is to fly. So here to fly is to infinitive verb. Number 2, what is essential is to maintain a healthy diet. So here to maintain is to infinitive verb, and it is used as a subject of complement. Number 5, as an adjective. For example, to infinitive used as an adjective. And what do you mean by adjective? Adjective means which qualifies noun. This is the best time to practice. To practice is to infinitive verb. Figs are good to eat. To eat is to infinitive verb. So here best and good, they are used as an adjective. Number 6 use is it is used as an adverb. Adverb means which qualifies adjective, verb and another adverb in the sentence. For example, we must carefully observe to understand. So here to understand is used as adverb, and it is also to infinitive. Her greatest pleasure is to sing. Number 7, it is used after an adjective. For example, it is important to be patient. So here to be patient is used as an adjective. It is wonderful to have close friends. Number 8, it is used after a noun or pronoun object referring to a person. For example, this is not the time to play. I invited a friend to attend the ceremony. So again to see, it is used after a noun or pronoun object referring to a person. Number 9, it is used with question words. For example, do you understand what to do? So here it is used with the question word what. The to infinitive is used with the question word what and when. In the next example, as you can see, tell me when to press the button. Number 10, it is used as object of a preposition. Preposition means which indicates the place of an object, and object means who receives the action. For example, he had no choice but except to obey. The speaker is about to begin. So here it is used here but and about, they both are objectives, and it is used as an object of a preposition. So these were the uses of to infinitive. The infinitive may be active or passive, means the infinitive may be used in active voice or passive voice. But the passive infinitive is found, means when the infinitive is used in the passive voice, means when the to infinitive is used in the passive voice, then the formation will be, the structure will be to plus be plus past participle, that is third form of the verb. But when active, it may have a present and a perfect form and may merely name the act, means when we are focusing on the person who does the action, or it may represent progressive, means continuing or continued action. At that time to infinitive will use, means to infinitive, it can be used in the active voice with the present forms, whether it is simple, perfect, continuous or perfect continuous tense. So let's see how to infinitive will used in the active voice. When to infinitive is used with present simple tense, then the formation will be to plus first form of the verb. For example, to love. When the to infinitive will used with present perfect tense, then the formation will be to plus has or have plus third form of the verb. For example, to have loved. When the to infinitive will used in the present continuous tense, then the formation will be to plus be plus first form of the verb plus ing. For example, to be loving. When the to infinitive will used in present perfect continuous tense, then the example will be to plus, or the formation will be to plus have plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing. For example, to have been loving. So these are the examples of active infinitive, means when to infinitive is used in all the forms of present tense. Means to infinitive can used in all the forms of present tense or in any tense. As I have explained you in the previous slide how to infinitive can be used in the passive voice, or we can say that to infinitive can used with all the forms of present tense or any tense. But when passive, the infinitive has a present and a perfect form, only then we will use to plus be plus past participle. Means in the passive voice, we will use to infinitive with present simple and perfect form. To clarify it, let's see the example of passive infinitive. Present simple. If present simple is tense is there, then the formation will be to plus be plus third form of the verb. For example, to be loved. If to infinitive is used in the perfect tense, then the example will be, or the formation will be to plus have plus been plus third form of the verb, or we can say past participle. For example, to have been loved. So these are the example of passive infinitive, or we can say when to infinitive is used in passive voice. Keep in your mind one thing, to infinitive can be used with any tense in the active voice, but in the case of passive voice, to infinitive will be used with present simple or perfect tenses or perfect forms. Now let's see the difference between active infinitive and passive infinitive. The example of active infinitive is, the police are determined to catch the murderer. The example of passive infinitive is, the police are confident that the murderer will be caught soon. So here you can see that will be caught. So here we have not used to, we have used be plus third form of the verb. So now let's see the another example of active infinitive. Come on, there is work to do. So see the example of passive infinitive. There was no more work to be done, so we left. Number third, example of active infinitive is let me help you. Whereas the example of passive infinitive is she doesn't want to be helped. Number fourth example of active infinitive is I didn't want to drive home, so I got a taxi. Where the example of passive infinitive is I had always preferred to be driven by a local person when I am in a foreign country. So this is the difference between active infinitive and passive infinitive, how two infinitive is used in both the voices. So let's see what is the meaning of bare infinitives. The zero or bare infinitive is a type of complement with an infinitive verb form that is not preceded by the participle to, also known as the bare infinitive. Or in simple way, we can say that the infinitive form of a verb without the word to means the infinitive verb which is not having the participle or the word to, it is without to verb, that is called bare infinitive. So now let us see the uses of bare infinitives with examples. Number 1. It is used just after modal auxiliary verbs. Means the bare infinitive is used after the modal auxiliary verbs such as do, did, will, shall, would, could, can, but not able to, may, might, must, but not have to, should, but not ought to, dare, except when it means to challenge, see and hear, and need not, but not need to, which behaves like a normal verb. To clarify it, let's see some examples. Number 1. My sister could play the piano when she was 5. So here, play word, it is bare infinitive as it is used just after the modal auxiliary verb, that is why to is not here with it and it is called bare infinitive. You must get up early in the morning. So get is here bare infinitive. I wonder if I might have some more soup. So here have is bare infinitive. So means the bare infinitive is used after the modal verbs. Number 2. It is used after the object after certain verbs. Means the bare infinitive is used or without to verb is used after the certain verbs such as make, bid, need, dare and let. Except when it means when these verbs means to challenge, see or hear. To clarify it, let's see some examples. Number 1. Bid him go there. So here go is bare infinitive because it is used after certain verb, bid. Let him sit there. So here sit is bare infinitive because it is used after the certain verb let. I made him run. So these are the examples of bare infinitive. It is used after expressions or verbal idioms. The bare infinitive is used after the expressions or verbal idioms such as would rather, had better, sooner than and rather than. To clarify it, let's see some examples. I would rather stay at home than go out tonight. It is cold. So here would rather stay, it is used as a verbal idiom, and the meaning of verbal idiom is it is a group of words containing a verb that has a meaning different from the meaning of any individual word within. It is a group of 2 or 3 words and they are idiomatic, means they are containing idiom. Number 2, the children had better wear their coats. So here the children had better wear their coats. So in this had better wear, it also shows verbal idiom. Number 4th is it is used with why. Means the question word why is followed by the zero infinitive or bare infinitive when making suggestions. Means when suggestion is given at that time with why bare infinitive is used. To clarify it, let's see some examples. Why wait until tomorrow? So here wait is bare infinitive and it is used with why, and here it shows suggestion. Why leave before the end of the match? Why not buy a new car? So here the highlighted words are bare infinitive and they are used with why question word and it shows suggestions. It is used in certain elliptical expressions. Elliptical expression means it is a group of words with certain understood words omitted. Means we are omitting certain words which is understood that it will be there, but we are not writing them. To clarify it, let's see an example. They did nothing but dance and sing. So here we have omitted two and it is understood. That is why we have not written here two. So that is why it is called elliptical expression. Or the meaning of elliptical expression means a group of words with certain understood words omitted. Students, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the topic explained by me. And your homework is revise chapter 10, that is the infinitives from the book or video. And based on the understanding of the topic, do exercises mentioned in the video or PC Wren's grammar book as page number 54, exercise number 1. Page number 55, pair work. Students, you have to do these exercises in your book only, not in your notebook. Still many students are not having their book with them. So here in this video, I have mentioned your homework in detail. So let's see exercise number 1. State how the infinitive is used in the following sentences. Number 1. There was nothing for it but to fight. Number 2. The order to advance was given. Number 3. He is slow to forgive. Number 4. And fools who came to scoof remained to pray. The meaning of scoof is to speak about something or someone in a way that shows you think that he or she is stupid or ridiculous. Number 5. Thus, to relieve the rest was his pride. Here the meaning of rest is very unhappy. Number 6 is full many a flower is born to blush unseen. Number 7, music hath charms to soothe the savage breast. So the meaning of soothe is to comfort. Savage means very cruel. Number 8, to retreat was difficult, to advance as impossible. Number 9, everybody wishes to enjoy life. Number 10, there was not a moment to be lost. So now let's see the pair work. Combine the following pairs of sentences by using infinitives. Example, Napoleon was one of the greatest of generals. He is universally acknowledged so. So, what do you have to do? The answer is Napoleon is universally acknowledged to be one of the greatest of generals. Note, it will be noticed that we have to turn one of the sentences into a phrase containing an infinitive. Number 1 is every cricket team has a captain. He directs the other players. Number 2, you must part with your purse. On this condition only you can save your life. Number 3 is his father went to Ajmer yesterday. His object was to visit the shrine of the Sant Khwaja Pir. Shrine means place of worship that is holy. Number 4 is he wants to earn his livelihood. He works hard for that reason. Livelihood means the way that you earn money. Number 5 is the insolvent's property was sold by the official assignee. The insolvent's creditors had to be paid. So here the meaning of assignee is a person to whom an assignment is made. Number 6. The strikers held a meeting. They wished to discuss the terms of the employers. Number 7. Everyone should do his duty. England expects this of every man. Number 8. He must apologize for his misconduct. It is the only way to escape punishment. Now in this video, we shall discuss the homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 2 of chapter 5, that is Princess September, which is taken from It So Happened book. We have already discussed the objectives, key points and detailed summary along with word meanings in our previous video of chapter 5, that is Princess September. As I assigned you homework which was to be done by you on the basis of your understanding, and your homework was read chapter 5, that is Princess September, and write word meanings highlighted in the video. Based on the understanding of the chapter, write the answers of the questions mentioned in the book It So Happened as. Page number 43, comprehension check, question number 1 to 6. So now let's discuss the word meanings of chapter 5 of story of part 2. Number 1 is snares, means traps for catching birds and animals. Number 2 is prowling, means roaming. Number 3 is firm, means strong or quite hard. Number 4 is disagreeable, means unpleasant. So these were the word meanings. So now let's discuss the question answers in detail. So now let's discuss the question answers of comprehension check which is on page number 43. Question number 1 is, in the following sentence, elaborate the parts given in bold. Underline the circumstances. It was a very unfortunate remark for the bird to make. The answer of the question is, the circumstance was that the bird hadn't come back because of the party at his father-in-law's house. The princess was naturally worried. The remark of the sisters added to her worry. Question number 2, part 1 is, what did Princess September do to ensure the safety of her pet? The answer of the question is, Princess September put the bird into a cage to ensure his safety. Question number 2, part 2 is, how did the bird react to it? The answer of the question is, the bird disliked his imprisonment. He stopped singing. Question number 3 is, why did the bird refuse to be taken out in her cage? The answer of the question is, the bird said that he won't be really happy and normal if he was taken out in her cage. The rice fields arid means very dry. The lake looked quite different and dull when seen through the cage bars. Question number 4, part 1 is, what persuaded Princess September to give the bird his freedom again? The answer of the question is, the princess freed the bird lest he should die in captivity. Captivity means the state of being kept in place that you cannot escape from. It is like a cage. Question number 4, part 2 is, how did the bird react to it? The answer of the question is, the bird was filled with joy and happiness when the princess freed him from the golden cage. He opened his wings and flew right away into the blue. Blue means sky. In far lands, and promised the princess that he would return and sing songs for her whenever she wanted. Question number 5 is, Princess September kept her window open day and night. Part 1. How did it help the bird? The answer of the question is, Princess September kept her window open day and night. This helped the little bird to come into her room and leave wherever he wanted. Question number 5th part 2 is, how did it help the princess herself? The answer of the question is, it helped the princess herself by providing her fresh wind and natural light. It helped her make her beautiful. Question number 6 is, the 8 sisters kept their windows shut. How did it affect them? The answer of the question is, the 8 sisters who kept their windows shut all night became extremely ugly and disagreeable. They were married to the counselors. So, these are the question answers and which you have to do in your fair notebook by following the correct format. So, this is the end of the lecture. Students, if you like our videos, please hit on the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.